Okay. But this thing does make money, though. Lots and lots of money. Easily. Alright, so first off, let's compare the Herschel Hs-123 with other tech aircraft. Which, since this is full Warplanes, it is a bit more dated than the other games, because, let's be honest, not many people will play it. It's amazing that they haven't cancelled Warplanes at all yet. But, they haven't, and I'm still having fun with it, so yeah. Alright, so, tech aircraft. It's not going to be very easy for me to actually do it with my ADD. So basically, with my ADD, I can't. If I don't actively memorize something just actively memorize it, or if it just doesn't flow very well into my head, it's not going to stay there. I'll have to flip between the pages over and over again. By the way, so the Henschel says it has good durability, powerful strike weapons, increased income per battle, because it is a tech aircraft, or because it is a premium aircraft. Again, I can't speak today. Or I can't speak again today. So yeah. It's 190 hit points. It has two 7.92mm guns, which are pretty much MG42s. Although MG17, I guess it's an earlier variant of the gun. So 25 firepower, airspeed is top speed at sea level, 209 miles per hour top speed at best altitude, 211, maximum dive speed, 280, stall speed, 37 miles per hour, that's amazing. It is a biplane. And then we're gonna climb in feet per second, 28.5, optimum airspeed, miles per hour, 100. Alright. Alright, so it's slow, but it can be fast if it wants to. Movability. Average time to turn 360 degrees, 13.8 seconds. I guess a cruising speed at the 100 miles an hour. We have roll in degrees per second. 70. Controllability 97 or 96. I have no idea how good that is. Air performance, ultimate altitude 1,312 feet. Okay, about other aircraft. I like the pea shooter, which you're new. Oh, I can just do this, right? We're playing on P-80A, right. I can just do this. And let's do some olders. Like, it is a tier 3, right? Oh, don't for the love of anything research that. Germany. Germany is not. Oh, Germany does not have an attack aircraft at tier 2. That's premium, right? Yeah, okay, so this is actually pretty unique. The Hs-123. Japan does it have any attack aircraft at all? No. Duck? No. And China and France definitely don't. Alrighty, so the pea shooter and the TSH-2. That's it. Alrighty, so yeah. Spend these, yes. Now I don't have the pea shooter quite yet. I'll probably be getting it because to go up the attack line. But is it going to be that difficult to go up the U.S. attack line from anywhere else? And also do anything else in the attack line? Oh yeah, they go down the attack line if I want to get any attack aircraft, like the P-47. Well, that's multi-role I'm talking about. I mean, that's what I meant to talk about was the multi-role, but yeah. Oh, the pea shooter is not even an attack aircraft; it's a multi-role. Oh. So, compared to the one other tier 2 attack aircraft, I don't want to say in the game because I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure the wiki will actually help me, but it's the only one I can actually compare easily. So let's compare it. Wings figure? No. Alright, so hit points. This is 4 hit points. Way more hit points. Because it's Russian. And newer, I would say. Is it newer? I'm not quite sure. Doesn't matter. Also has higher firepower, has more guns, and a rear gun. However, this thing is blazingly quick in all regimes. But they still have the same speed, because they're armored biplanes. When you climb, this thing climbs better, this thing is faster at its ultimate airspeed, that's cool. Mobility, the 123 is better. However, it doesn't turn nearly as fast in a 360. But a much higher roll, and it is more stable, more controllable, and altitude performance. The Tish-2 has to stay near the ground, whereas the Hs-123 can go a little higher. Alright. I would prefer the Hiss over the Tish, so yeah. Alright, now let's have some real fun, because I'm actually going to look for this one. Because there are a couple of Tier 8 fighters in the game. A couple. That's why I won't bring out the Tier 8 fighters. If we don't bring out the heavy fighters or multi-rolls. It's for fun. Ooh, are you Tier 8? Yeah, you are. Get over here. You're Tier 8? Oh, this is multi-roll. Get out here. Now your time to shine today. You're Tier 8. I'll be right back once I get everything all sorted. And oh wait, that's the wrong thing to say. All right, so we're back. Okay, got all the planes that are comparable to the P-80. You got the P-80 at all? Not really. Alright, so compared to its American counterpart, the non-premium P-51H, and the non-premium P-51H, the P-80 actually has the same amount of health. P-80 has 2 more guns, giving a rating of 263 over the P-51's 124, which is pretty interesting. And apparently they're later era guns as well, judging by the name. Airspeed should be pretty obvious. It's a jet. It goes faster on sea level. It goes much faster at best altitude. And it dies better. However, its stall speed is also higher than the P-51H, obviously, as a jet. Climb is actually less than the P-51H, that's good to know. And optimum altitude is actually less than the P-51H. By 10 feet. That's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. Ultimate airspeed, I mean, is 10 less than the P-51H, which is even more interesting. Mobility. Sorry, I can't speak. Maneuverability. The P-51H turns faster. Has lesser roll. And the P-51H has slightly more controllability. And altitude performance. The P-51H can do better at higher altitudes. That is interesting. So, yeah, I mean, P-51s are meant for high altitude. They're meant to be guarding. They're meant to be escorting B-29s. So, yeah. Come on. I'm clicking on you. Yeah, I don't miss the system in Wolf Tanks and Armored Warfare. Come on. That's the bomb of the cursor game. Alright, now comparing it to a direct competitor and to the premium. The Japanese J8M, or the Japanese version of the Comet. The Japanese version of the Comet has less health, has more firepower. Obviously, it's a Comet. It's meant to one pass, two pass B-17s. And it has cannons, 30mm cannons. And actually it says the J8M is effective in high altitude combat, excellent diving performance, very powerful boost, increased credit income per battle, and has low durability and low maneuverability. Whereas the P-51 has P-51H has an effective in high altitude combat, good boost, excellent diving performance, low firepower. It's not your time yet. Which this has, which actually the shooting star is only green, only positives. Effective in high and mid altitude combat, effective diving or efficient diving performance, good boost, good roll mobility, increased crit income. But we're going back to these stats. Remember, the J-8M and the Comet are both rocket aircraft, not jet. So, it's 100 miles an hour faster at sea level. Even more so at best altitude. The maximum diving speed is only a tiny bit more. The maximum diving speed on Comet is a little bit more. Or J-8M is a little bit more. Stall speed is actually lower on the J-8M. But then again, it is all wing. But then again, it is all wing. Sorry, I can't speak in slight. Our rate of climb is actually lower, and optimum airspeed is higher. Maneuverability is 210, whereas the shooting star has it as 273. The P-80 turns slower in a 360-degree turn, but then it is moving slower. So I guess a 360-degree turn means this: a loop, a horizontal loop. It doesn't mean flipping around. A rail roll on the Comet is 130. Rail roll on the shooting star is 160. Controllability is 94 on the Comet. Controllability on the shooting star is 97. Interesting, because comets and J-8Ms are known to be highly unstable. Optimum altitude is 7, is more on the J-8M. Moving on to the other Tier 8 premium fighter, if it will allow me to click on it. There we go. The LA-11, or the LA-11. The LA-11 is effective in low and mid altitude combat, excellent horizontal mobility, good roll maneuverability, good boost, and increased crit income during per battle. Does the shooting star actually have that? Yeah, it does. But yeah, so if you're in a shooting star, you want to keep this guy up in the sky, or at least escape from that way. The LA-11 has more health, but not by much. It does mean a lot in Warplanes. Firepower is more on the LA-11 because it has cannons, 3 cannons. Their speed on the LA-11 is 100 miles an hour less. Stall speed is 20 miles an hour less than the LA. Where climb is actually more on the LA. And optimum airspeed is about 60 miles an hour slower. Maneuverability is rated at 322 versus the P-80, which is rated at 273. Which, by the way, the firepower on the LA-11 is rated 667, whereas the firepower on the P-80 is rated 263. Mobility, average time to turn 360 degrees is 17, or is less than the P-80. Rear roll is less than the P-80, but only by 10. Controllability is more than the P-80, but by 1. Altitude performance, ultimate altitude for the LA is 5,741 feet, whereas the ultimate altitude for the P-80 is 7,218. Alright, so the M8209A. It has large caliber weapons, effective in high altitude combat, good diving performance, good boost. It has 280 hit points. Firepower is rated 153, which is 100 less than the P-80. However, the ME does have cannons, or has a cannon. Or at least a cannon. I'm not quite sure 13mm or cannons too, but yeah, probably they probably are. I'm assuming that the cannons are those, or the two other guns are those lines on the aircraft, and those look like cannons to me. And that's one of those, so yeah. I think in the P-80 has 12.7mm. Yeah, they're light machine guns, or lighter machine guns as opposed to the 30mm machine gun and the 50mm and the Browning 50 cal machine gun and the Browning 30 cal machine gun. So yeah. By the way, so the airspeed on the ME-209 is 100 mile an hour less than sea level, and 50 miles an hour less at vast altitude. Maximum dive speed is less on the ME-209. Stall speed is less on the ME-209. Or climb is it's 10 feet more. It's 10 feet per second more than the P-80. Optimum airspeed is 243 on the ME-209, whereas on the P-80 it is 256. Maneuverability, which by the way actually I already read the firepower. The maneuverability on the ME-280 is rated at 300. Maneuverability on the P-80 is rated at 273. Aviation on the turn on the ME is 28.1 seconds, or degrees per second, which is around the same as the P-80, but a little less. Real roll is less than the P-80, but again a little less. Stability is more than the P-80, but just a tiny bit more. Altitude performance. Ultimate altitude in feet is 8,530, whereas P-80 is 7,218. So I'm learning something, that I should take the P-80 at mid-altitude. Keep it at altitude in which we spawn at, and then fly around and then fly up to meet somebody. Although it does have poorer flying performance than most of the other aircraft, but if they're up there, they have to dive to get me. Which, for some aircraft is good, for some aircraft it's not. Oh, it's a tech aircraft. Yeah. I thought that was a fighter. Looks like a fighter to me, but no, it's not. Alright, so the TA 52. It's high, large caliber, long-range weapons, effective in high-altitude combat, efficient diving performance, good roll mobility, good boost. It has 351 hit points, which is more than the P-80. Firepower is rated at 260, which is a little less than the P-80, but it has cannons, 3 cannons. Airspeed on the TA-152. Best top speed is 100 miles an hour less, barely though. In both regimes, maximum dive speed is less. Stall speed is actually the same. Okay, that's interesting. It does look like it will stall pretty high too, with its center wings, its center body. Definitely meant for speed, not for stalling. Or not for low speeds. Definitely meant to high speeds, not for low speeds. Rear climb is 1 more than the P-80. Ultimate air speed is 263.2 miles per hour, where the P-80 is 256. So it's actually faster than the P-80. Maneuverability It's rated at 243, a little less than the P-80. Average time to turn is a lot more than the P-80. Rail roll is a little less than the P-80 by 10. Controllability is less than the P-80. Of course, it doesn't have. Of course, the P-80 has more stable wings. Altitude performance. Ultimate altitude is 8,694, whereas on the P-80 it is 7,228, or 7,218. Moving on to the Japanese tree with the Kai 94-2. It's high firepower, effective in high and medium altitude combat, effective horizontal maneuverability, low durability. It has 330 hit points, 10 more than the P-80. Firepower, 4 cannons, rated at 240 or 257, which is less than the P-80, but it has cannons. Airspeed is 100 miles an hour short on both regimes. Maximum dive speed still lower. Stall speed lower. Rear climb higher. Ultimum airspeed 222, whereas the P-80 is 256. Maneuverability. It turns faster, it rolls slower. Controllability is a little less, and then altitude performance is 700. The ultimate altitude is 7,218, which is actually the same. Spitfire 14, I think, is it's high firepower, effective in mid-altitude combat, efficient horizontal movability. It has 300 hit points. Its firepower is rated at 330 with 4 cannons, or 20mm cannons, I should say. Airspeed is 100 miles an hour less. Maximum dive speed, 100 miles an hour less. Stall speed is at 75. Rear climb is more. Ultimate airspeed is 286 or 0.6 or 208.6, which is less. Maneuverability is rated at 298, which makes it a little bit more maneuverable compared to the P-80. With a time to turn of 20 seconds. Rear roll is 100 degrees per second, and controllability is 100, which is a little bit more controllable than the P-80. Altitude performance is 6,562 feet, which is 1,000 less than the P-80. Not you. The one, there we go. The Yak-15, another jet. And it is the Soviet counterpart to the P-80 in terms of being the first one, apparently. Effective in low altitude combat, efficient horizontal mobility, low durability. Hit points 300. Firepower is rated at 244 with 2 cannons. Airspeed airspeed at sea level is 147, which is 40 more than the Shooting Star, just about. Top speed at this altitude is less, though. Maximum dive speed in miles per hour is less. Stall speed is unfortunately less. Rear climb about the same, but is less. Ultimate airspeed is less. Maneuverability is rated at 305, which is more maneuverable than the P-80. Turns faster, or its average time to turn is faster. Rail roll is slower. Controllability is a little bit more by 1, and altitude performance, ultimate altitude is 4,593 feet, which is 3,000 feet less. Moving on. Moving on. Moving on. The I-250, again Soviet. High caliber weapons, efficient in high and mid altitude combat, good diving performance. It's 300 hit points. Its firepower is rated at 235 with cannons, with 3 cannons, 3 20mm cannons. Airspeed is 100 miles an hour less, 100 miles an hour less. 70 miles an hour less. Stall, maximum dive speed. Stall speed, about 10 miles an hour less actually. Or 20. 10 or 20. No, I'm gonna do the math real quick. We get 12. Yeah, it's 12. No, wait. Yeah, 23. Alright, 23. It's still 23 because I can't really. I kind of want to get this. I kind of want to carry on to do more battles with the P-80. So yeah, that around 23 less. Rear climb is 1 less. Ultimate mirror speed is actually 35 more, or 31 more, or it's actually 29 more. In the new building, average time to turn is 1 second less. Average overhead roll is 100. Is 50 less. Controllability is 3 less, and altitude performance is more at 7,874 is a high altitude, whereas on the P-80 it's 7,218. All right, let's play the LA-9 again Soviet. Hit points 300. Firepower is rated at 300. Oh wait, high firepower, effective in low and mid altitude combat, efficient horizontal mobility, good raw mobility. Good boost. Alright, now moving on to firepower, it's rated at 314 with 4 20mm cannons. Her speed is actually 200 less at low altitude, 100 less at best altitude. Dive speed is 100 less. Stall speed is 20 less. Rear climb is, whoa, it's more. It's 30 more feet per second. Ultimate mirror speed is 100 less at 184, although close to not being 100. Mobility is rated at 316. Average time to turn is 17 less, which makes it faster to turn. Rear roll is less by 10. Controllability is more by 1. And altitude performance 5,741. Alright, so yeah, I do kind of like the P-80. I like the P-51 when I get it, but I like the P-80 on paper. Its health is the problem. But then again, it's not a heavy fighter. Wait, let's check real quick. Let's compare it with something that you shouldn't compare it with. I'm going to compare it with it anyway because it's in my hangar, and it is comparable because you have a choice of either getting the Shooting Star or the Chain Lightning. And the Chain Lightning has insanely more hit points. Oh, I just want to look at this. Has insanely more hit points, has insanely more firepower, but it's really, really slow. With the 37mm cannons for Pete's sake. Their speed is slower, but it does know how to dive because it's heavy. It's actually faster at optimum airspeed, so it has a better cruising speed, has a better climb, but has 2 gigantic propeller engines, or has two gigantic prop engines. Mobility is less, but again it's the huge, and altitude performance is actually more. So yeah. Oh, actually, I want to look at this thing in its normal blue.